Hello everyone, my name is Grace and welcome to Plumbob Cubed. So this is the Frio house and I have not touched on the Frios in a minute. So I started this series called the Brawler and the Master because one of the fun things about Sims 3 is that there are badges. And so I was like, oh, let's do one of the badges that are just like base game badges since that's all I'm playing with right now because I overwhelm myself if I use too many things at once. So we're just going all base game right now. And so I was like, okay, let's do some badges because I want like a series and I guess that's what we're doing. And so I started that. And then I realized that that's not how I play The Sims at all. Instead, I rather play The Sims by being chaotic. No, by creating families and stuff like that. However, I do enjoy this household that I've made. And I do kind of want to continue playing them because I think it's interesting. And in the most recent time episode that I have posted back in I think December, it was in moving Agnes into their house and Agnes was pregnant and just kind of like figuring out how all that's going to work. So I was like, okay, well, obviously we have to build them a new house. And so that's what we're doing right now. And I'm going with the colors of what I've been doing for their favorite colors for making the thumbnails of Seafoam. Seafoam is Connor's favorite color, and then Irish Green is Jared's favorite color, at least from what I remember. And so I just wanted to make a house because we're moving things in and doing dramatic stuff. I have already filmed the next episode. I wasn't planning to. That's like the worst part. I was not planning to do that at all. It's just a robber started coming in. So the next episode, it's going to start with a robber. Do they get away or not? Well, you'll have to watch it. So I started building this a while ago, and I think that like my building style has changed since then. Since I'm working on another secret project that I can't tell you about. I create a lot of projects. It's called being creative. But basically, I decided to change up their house a lot rather than going with that same plan of like upstairs is communal stuff, downstairs is bedrooms. I wanted the more traditional look. I also wanted to keep things that they had, which is why at the beginning I was just bulldozing. And now we're getting to the second story, which I struggled with a little bit, especially the floor planning. When we get to that, I'm struggling with, and we're not going to keep that roof there. But I wanted to include those poles that they originally had, because I wanted things to be realistic. So because of that, I made my life harder. And that just, I figured it'd be a good tie to the original design. I thought it might be cute. And so that's what we did. And now we're going to build there. It took me forever to like get all the columns. It's one of the most frustrating things about The Sims 3. They want things to be supported. How dare they? I just want things to be chaotic. Why are they not on board with that? And now we're deleting everything that I just made. Yeah. It's frustrating. I am actually enjoying looking back at this. This is fun. I've never done like a speed build, and just seeing this is kind of cool. And also, it's been so long since I've done this. So this is still just figuring out the shape. I do not like any of these roofs, and I choose not to keep that one. I choose to bring it up to the second story. Bring up that kind of like tower thing. I have a thing for towers. I love making them. I want to be an evil witch. I want to be a wizard. It's my weakness. So this little roof thing we're going to delete later because we ran out of money and I still wanted to finish decorating the rooms, which was just paint. Fortunately, we still have to do a lot of decorating, but fortunately Agnes has a witch to make 15 paintings, so we're going to be doing that. And here we're just figuring out the roofing to make it look cute because I want like the tower to go nicely into the roof, and I am going to take away that like connecting thing. It is the thing around the tower that did not look good. I know I do that in regular designs when things are just straight to make things continuous, but it doesn't look good with the tower. I don't like that. I'm just going to say things I don't like. But ultimately, I think this is a cute house. My question is, what do I do with that? I put a roof on it. I delete it. I delete it and change it. Okay. I was hoping that I might have like a cool idea. But no. I don't have creativity. Not at all. So at this point, we are trying to floor plan the second story. And I do several iterations of this from what I can remember. Because I just could not come up with anything that I liked. And especially like with this little enclave of the tower, my favorite thing, I struggled with that because I was like, how do I make it accessible? And I also, it's funny because I did like a little bit of floor planning of bathrooms, but then when I came into this house the second time, or actually the third time, most recently, I was like, well, that's a kind of big bathroom. It's like, it wasn't even supposed to be a bathroom. Who would have thought? So I wanted to continue, again, things from the original design, so I decided to take the brick that they had, and I did want to, like, use green since that is someone's favorite color, and I feel like it'd be more interesting. Oh, wow, what is this video quality? Oh, my goodness. Is it just the speed, or is it I was really bad? I cannot decide. We're going to keep it in for right now. I do the famous hack of making things cheap, of just using the cheapest wallpaper and creating the pattern that we like. I ultimately decide not to go with that, I'm fairly sure, because I didn't like it. And I go back to the original grid that I'm pretty sure that I had. Okay, now the video quality isn't that bad. That's supposed to be white. It looks blue from just the video quality here. I'm not sure if I keep that either. I don't really look at the house that much when I'm playing. I just want it to look cute in theory. That's all I really want. And it does look cute. It does when I was playing it recently. Again, the tower, I have so much internal toil over that. And this is when I decided to make all the wood match the fence wood that already came with. I have this fun thing that when I'm building, I choose one of like the wood presets, and then I choose a color, and then I just copy and paste everything because it looks so neat. I love it. And this is where we go into do so fun fact, if you want to build, don't move the columns before you make the fence, because as I realized, you can't draw the fence for the columns. So that's a problem. And again, we're just trying to make that wood match because I couldn't copy the fence. I couldn't copy the pre-made fence that I didn't delete. So I just tried to like alter it as close as I could to make it match. So that was difficult. I'm not sure why it won't let me clone. And I am going to change the color of these columns because it just doesn't work. It doesn't work to match the siding and not match the actual wood that it's coming out of. That doesn't make sense. At least in my opinion of how I like to build personally. See, I changed it. I remember that because I played with the house yesterday. And I also want to say that this like series, an episode of this should be coming out on Friday if I can actually edit and be responsible. I don't know, but apparently I just love talking. Like this voiceover thing, I thought that I would hate it because I just want to go in and edit out my voice. But turns out I am lazy and I can just talk. I'm like fighting my urge to drink water though. I'm just like, no, you can't have like a random click of setting the audio. And also just random quietness. Oh my god, that's such a smart hack. Taking out the door from the wall, that's cool. But editing like editing Let's Plays is a little harder for me. And I don't exactly know why. I think that I've tried to make it a job for myself rather than just enjoying it, which is a classic Grace tendency. However, I'm excited to improve since I have all this time for self-reflection. You know, I said that my life isn't busy. It better not become busy. And we're just going around with these windows. These are my favorite windows in the base game. I just adore these windows. I do not know why, but like especially when I was building at this point, I loved them. And here I'm going in to make this tower also like glassy. And I change it so it's white or something. I change it so it like kind of works seamlessly with the tower. And I really liked that. I liked that kind of glass feel. And then I didn't like how it looked with like the open glassness on the top one, so I was going with the regular windows. So this is when I take a minute because I have to decide what I'm going to do. And we fix all the wood inside because forbid the wood inside doesn't match. I also love these doors. I have a really big thing for these doors. And I decided not to go super cheap and actually buy like wood. Wow, I bought wood floors. At this point, I wasn't exactly budgeting. I was just enjoying things. Like you'll see later that I actually do spend their money. I do spend their money, which is kind of impressive since the way I build is normally like trying to make it as cheap as possible. But I have been building differently recently because of that secret project. I'm not even sure if it'll come out this year. I'm so sorry. I'm not great at like doing my secret projects, am I? And so now we're fixing the walls. So I haven't been building like cheap recently, which is a problem. I also don't exactly like what I've done for like the wall colors. I just feel like it's kind of boring. And I feel like I could be more creative because I've been using more prints recently when building. But when I just came in today, like pretty much everything was built except for the upstairs. So I decided like, okay, let's not stray too much. I do budget with the couch though. I buy the cheapest couch. That's my favorite couch because it's cheap and it helps me budget. Now we have to decide where to place everything. Oh, this room will look great as a party room. We're going to have a party next episode with the Frios. So make sure to join in for that because it's going to be cute and it's hopefully going to be fun. And I decided like what I want beneath the TV because I am going to put things there. And so this is what I choose. And I get the game console, which I have never played with the game console in my game before, which it's kind of exciting. I know that gaming, I originally thought that gaming was like a skill that would show up like in The Sims 4, and I was so happy that like when Sims would go on their phone to like play games on their phone, that didn't develop their skill. I thought that would be like an actual skill of using the console. It turns out that is not the case. It's just a hidden skill, which I learned that from the video that I posted on the 10th with creating those Sims and making the sun. I have figured out his name, but I'm also terrified to say it. It starts with an H, not a T. I'm so great at memorizing things and remembering. I'm so proud of myself. We're going to change the orientation of this table, just so you know. The orientation was not doing it for me. So we're going to make it a 4 table. Oh, we're actually going to make it a 5 table and just put a plant on the end. Yes, that was my choice. Then we had to change the plant in the living room because it couldn't be the same plant. That wouldn't be good design. Horrible design. I also love these counters because the cheapest counters, the white ones, have this very country feel, which kind of sets me off of them and makes them more themed in my opinion. So I really like these counters since it goes well. You could see from a second there that I decided to put the sink under the window because my brain tells me that's good design. I also decided to include a bar. I will forget to include bar stools. I will. That's just a classic error, you know? I also don't like how seamless this kitchen looks. I do like it that it's a big kitchen. I think that's really good for Jared since he enjoys cooking and like that's his whole thing. Oh, wait. It was seamless. Now what's this? What's this green? Oh, I just decided to go all green all around? Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be seamless and sleek. I haven't played with the walls up. I don't really play with the walls up, can you tell? And I do actually go in for a pattern here, which makes me happy, like looking back. I just had a fear of patterns and I don't understand why. I have to change this wall, right? I have to change these walls. Yeah, I go for the sleek. It's a way too busy sleek, but it's better than that green tile. And then this is going to be the wallpaper, the circles, that's going to be the wallpaper for all of the bathrooms, because I am lazy. And I didn't feel like making different ones, and it's just an easy mark to me. This is also the original starting out of the bathroom. I decided to change it. I was like, oh, we could do this whole thing, but that doesn't look good, so we just put it next to the shower, which I'm also going to change because I'm not going to like that. And we are going to change the color of the toddler toilet eventually, just not at this point. It's when I come in for the next time. Okay, yeah, we go for a subway tile in the kitchen to make it look okay. Now we're going to do my favorite sheet, which is the lighting from by Debug. I originally, if you watch like lighting tricks by James Turner, he'll use the ceiling lights in all of his. But I saw a post on r/Sims3 Reddit where it like shows the difference in between wall lights and ceiling lights. And I was like, oh, I like the wall lighting better. So because of that, I choose to use the wall lighting from by Debug. And now we have moved on to the next clip. I was just surveying what I'd done, and I decided to come into this bathroom, change the toilet so it's gray, and then we just copy things. And I'm ultimately going to change the design up here because I thought that was a bathroom. But I had already marked it using the floor tile. Grace, if you only just pay attention. I know, horror. I don't even remember my own design. I ultimately decide that, so if you see that little thing that's in the left corner of the screen, that room, that's the master bedroom, and that's where Connor and Agnes are going to sleep, which is why I had to do a whole fiasco of changing wallpapers. And that's why I currently remember what everyone's favorite wallpaper is. And I made everyone have separate bathrooms. I put in a big mirror, and I covered that up with a towel. I didn't change the towel's color. Oh, come on, Grace. Put in a little bit of effort. And this is where I change it and put in a plant so it looks a little classier according to me. And so, yeah, I decided not to put a toilet. See, this is the problem. I edit a lot in my Lepacy episodes, or even just Let's Plays, is because I just talk about anything and then I just forget what I was trying to say and I get different stories. So I thought that Connor's favorite color was green, but his favorite color is actually seafoam, which results in me having to change those two bedrooms. And I decided that in Connor's bathroom with Agnes, that no toddler toilet's going to be there because I could not make it fit. I also ultimately decide to do the same thing for both of the like beds for the parents. I just like copy that, and we do change the cribs. It's the same fabric though, and we do add a a desk into the master bedroom, even though there's no desk anywhere else. If we had more money, I'd probably put a desk out in the hallway of the upper floor. And I realized while we were playing the next episode that's going to come out that actually both Agnes and Connor have the expensive computer in their inventory. And so it's like, okay, well, I just spent money on that. And now it's just going to kind of be like a waste. Why? Because if I sell the computer, I get less money than if I started. I'm so mad that they did that to me. I was thinking of like going to check, but I just ultimately decided not to. I also left the babies' rooms kind of bare, so you could figure out who they are and what they're going to be later. But ultimately, this is where I go back into live mode. I'm just like, okay, I want to see my video quality. Is it better? Because last time I recorded, it was really bad. And I realized, oh no, the bedrooms are the wrong color. I'm just like, we don't have enough money. Well, I'll do like an accent. Or I try to do a money cheat, but I use the Sims 4 money cheat. Because apparently I can't remember anything. But I take a second of reflection, and I realize, like the genius I am, that I had put flooring upstairs. So we delete that flooring to get Jared money to have a correctly colored bedroom. See? Look, my good memory. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. A like, a subscribe, a comment does so much. And just watching does so much. So thank you so much. Check out Friday's episode, and I will see you there. All right, love you so much. Bye.